This video will contain spoilers. My old ass University Plaza ratings. I watched it in cinema. Aubrey Plaza. The name Maddie Ziegler sounds familiar, but I don't actually know who she is. Anyway. Really, I should hate it, but to be honest, I did quite like it, and I did nearly cry towards the end. I don't actually know what to say, though. There was a line where, actually, I have a couple of lines. The first one was in a scene where Elliot talks to Ro about her liking Chad, and she said that the gender binary is what's going to cause the end of the world. Like, how? How is literally all 8 billion people on the planet either identifying as male or female? Not even, like... Sorry about that, I'm recording this in the car park because I need to wait like an hour between now and another film I'm going to go see. But there won't be a review for that one because I've already seen it. It's Shaun of the Dead. But I'm not even talking about, like, being cis. Like, say literally every single person who is born female identifies as male, and every single person who is born male identifies as female. Like, literally everyone's trans. That's still the binary. And that's going to cause the end of the world? Like, what the fuck are you on about? And then, not long after that, Ro called Elliot straight. And she's like, oh, you have never called me anything so offensive in my life. Like, there's nothing wrong with being straight. Like, yeah, the majority of bad people in the world are straight, but that's just because the majority of people in the world are straight. Because it's just the default. Like, there's nothing wrong with it the same way there's nothing wrong with being gay. Or bi. Or whatever. And I feel like that's part of the reason why the film exists, just to promote that message. Hell, Margot Robbie produces this, and I think that, she just got onto that because, I don't understand all this binary stuff, but it's left-wing, so I agree with it. I do like the overall sort of message of, I don't even know how to describe it, so I'll just say what happens. The old Elliot says to young Elliot that she shouldn't even associate with Chad because she's going to inevitably fall in love with him. And she shouldn't do that because he dies eventually. And, Elliot is madly in love with him. So, old Elliot is trying to say that just don't fall in love with him because you'll save yourself a lot of pain. And sort of the whole message of the film is that, fuck it, basically. I think the only other thing I have left to talk about is the fact that this kid, who I was going to say in this review that he's 9, but he literally is 10. Like, I thought he was a bit older, but the reason why I'm pointing out this kid's age is because he's wearing a fucking choker collar in one scene. Like, it is fucked up to have him in a choker collar. Because why? Like, real life or the film, why is he wearing it? Because he likes it. How does he know what it is? As far as I know, these things are, like, intended to be sexual. It's not just something that became sexual. Like, it's not like the word daddy just meant dad, and now it's something sexual. This is something that was intended to be sexual. And you have a 10-year-old wearing it. Someone literally half my age. Just... You're not doing yourself any favours to beat the nonce allegations, Hollywood. Hellboy the Crooked Man. Universally negative ratings. I watch it in cinema. I do not recognise anyone in this cast. Although the girl that plays Cora Fisher, I don't know who, but she looks like someone, and I can't tell if it's someone I know from like films or someone I know in real life. I think it's my P5 teacher, I'm not sure. When I did my take on the trailer, I said that, it looks like a good horror film, but it just doesn't look like a Hellboy film. And now that I've seen the actual film, I was thinking at the time that I was watching it, and I've come to the conclusion that it does kind of work. Because I was thinking, Hellboy is supposed to be this badass action hero who, he doesn't take any shit. He, no matter what he's up against, he'll always come out on top. No fucking, competition. And I was thinking, what if we just had that one story where we show him being weak? And it just kind of felt like that just a juxtaposition would be quite nice. And I was trying to think of a comparison. But the only thing I can think of is Man of Steel. Superman comics are supposed to be these cheerful things that inspire people. Because that's why he was created. Because he was created during the Depression and give kids hope for a better tomorrow. But then with Man of Steel, it is quite dark. And Man of Steel, it has quite a lot of fans. It's like a 50-50 thing. I thought it was quite good. And I feel the same way about this one. The cinematography of this is amazing. I've never seen anything like it before. There are some times where it is a bit bad, but overall, I do really, really like it. It is really fucking good. If you were to take out a Hellboy from this would still be a very good survival horror film. Like a really good survival horror film. It is very good. As for the guy who plays Hellboy himself, he is a bit skinny, which is what I said in my trailer video. And I do still feel the same way with you don't even need someone muscly, you just need someone that has a bit of weight on them. Like Ron Perlman he's not fat, he's not thin, he's not buff, he is just in the middle somewhere. And he is a really good Hellboy. David Harbour is quite fat. And I like this Hellboy. And Jack Geesey here is a bit buff, but still too slim. And as for the voice, it's better than David Harbour's voice, but Ron Perlman will be the definitive voice of Hellboy. Except for maybe an animation, I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. Beginning, middle, and end review, Astrobot. I fucking loved the tech demo, or I don't know why I call it that, but the playroom that comes with the PS5. It's such a great demonstration of the PS5's power, and sorry, it was fucking amazing. And I found out a while back that they were making a game or a sequel, and I was like, fuck yes. I need to have this because it was just so good. And I was going to play it. I've already explained all this in my Lollipop Chainsaw video, so I'm not going to explain it again. Before I started it, I was looking at Instagram and I saw someone talking about it in a comment. I don't think the post had anything to do with the game, but someone was making a comment about the game and they said that it is very soulless. This is the thing I don't like, that people now just assume that nostalgia is a bad thing, because the game does heavily rely on nostalgia. But I mean, even if you were to take out all the sort of crossover characters, it would still be a really fun game, even if it is a cheap copy of like Mario Odyssey or Mario Galaxy. Like, just because Astro Bot himself has no personality does not mean that the game itself is soulless. Anyway, I was surprised that there were some like really difficult levels, like the lost button ones, like, you know, X, triangle, circle, square, and then the Grandmaster challenge. Like, Jesus, was that tough? I'm surprised I got it in less than an hour. And I played it quite skillfully at the start, but then I got to like the very last bit and I died, and then I just couldn't get back to that part. I played it the way a speedrunner would, where they do literally the exact same thing every single time. Like, there was no variation. I did the exact same thing and I got so far, but then I started fucking up and dying like at the very start. But just I find it very weird that they did that. It's like I forget what it's called, but the really hard levels from Super Mario 3D World. Don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near as hard as those, but it reminded me of it. I love the way that in the Platinum description they say, you know, can't wait to see you in Astrobot's next adventure. I can't wait to see him.